So there are 3 ways I'm going to show you in this video to scale out your content generation for your B2B company. So if your content strategy, how do we scale this? It's so important, and it's never been more important and more easy because we have all these amazing tools which are coming out. So it's never been easier. And content is incredibly linked. Why we want to do this is if you create a content engine, it's one of the best ways to bring inbound inquiries into your products and services, because content can teach and show people the why, the how, and the what do, how you do it, your values. So it brings these inbound leads through content using platforms like LinkedIn, social, and SEO and all this kind of stuff. So we need to create a content engine which we can now scale out using these tools. So later on, I'm going to show you a system I have where I created 1 long form video, 1 long form article, 2 to 4 shorts, a LinkedIn post, and a bunch of Twitter and Thread posts, all within 30 minutes. So definitely stick around for that. So the first one is scaling with AI. There's going to be more. There's another 2 things I'm going to show in this video, but the first one and the most important is everything has changed. The landscape has changed because of AI, and we can become so efficient because of AI that we can act like a 10-man team when there's just 2 of us. So this is what I'm doing. I have a 2-man team, me and 1 other person, and we're acting literally what used to take just 1 year ago, what used to take 10 people, we are now cranking out a 2-man team. It's because we're using AI, and AI, if you know how to implement it and use it within your systems to create all these automations, you can crank out a lot of very high quality content. So what people misunderstand with AI content is they think it's just low grade, crappy content. People are cranking out 1,000 articles in a day. I would never say to do that. What I'm suggesting is we actually use AI to create really high quality thought leadership work. But there are so many examples of how we can do that. And so, yeah, make sure you're using ChatGPT. This is one of the things, or Bard, because you can actually make your life so much easier just for that. So I'm going to show you a couple of examples how we're using AI. So for one of them is I can make these awesome explainer videos, which I post on YouTube. And what happens when you create this explainer video, Transcripts, so Loom has now implemented loads of AI for that. So what I'm doing, I'm creating Loom explainer videos about a lot of different topics to do with B2B marketing, specifically in AI content, all this kind of stuff. But it's becoming super, super fast because with Loom AI, you can actually get rid of the filler words. You can get rid of the silences. So what I just did now, and I don't know if you've noticed it because hopefully the AI worked really well, is when I'm talking and I kind of didn't have something prepared, or I'm lose my frame of thought, I actually just become silent. I work it all out, then I continue, and it will just take it out, it will cut it automatically. So suddenly I don't really need to be editing very heavily or at all sometimes. The second thing is you get a transcript. So suddenly you've got this long form video you've made, right? So you have a transcript, and what you can do is copy that transcript, put it into ChatGPT, and say, if you've primed ChatGPT, I have other videos all about how to write really awesome content with ChatGPT. If you've got your custom instructions, which this one doesn't, but I have another one which does, which is just to do with blogging. If you have that ready, you can actually just put that transcript in, tell it to write a really long form article, make sure you have your custom instructions there. And then also if you're using, what's it called? Web Pilot, you can even also say, okay, use my transcript, talk in first person, but also use these other 5 articles to find out an outline. So you create an outline from there and then tell it to write an article. So from 1 long form video, you suddenly have an article, which is really, really cool just because you copy that and put that into ChatGPT. So the second way we're using AI is with tools like OpusClip. You can literally just upload your long form video now into OpusClip. 1 long form video, 10 viral clips, create 10 times fast. It really is incredible. That it's a really great tool. I probably have an affiliate link in the description below. Please help the channel by clicking on that. But basically it's really, really incredible. It uses OpenAI, powered by AI, to analyze where the most important parts of the video is, and then creates this, the shorts version of it, and basically puts it in the right place, adds captions, adds like little emojis. It's really, really powerful. So definitely use OpusClips, for example. So a third example is just using ChatGPT when I'm creating content for each of the steps. So there are numerous steps when you're creating a blog article, right? You need to research keywords. You need to research what other people have written. You need to create an outline. Then you need to write it. Well, all of that used to take so long. Some people say they could do it in 2 hours. Took me a lot longer, I'll be honest with you. So now instead we can, in stage one, what we can do is we can use free tool, which is Keyword Planner from Google, and type in, for example, B2B content strategy. Then what you can do is download. I have loads of videos by this on my playlist. So check out the playlist and just go through all the content videos that I'm making, tutorials. But basically with that, you can download it and upload that into ChatGPT-4. Get ChatGPT-4, it's so cheap, and just ask your boss or get it for yourself. And with ChatGPT-4, you can actually use advanced data analysis and upload the CSV file. And then you can ask ChatGPT, please analyze all these keywords and do this, do that. So I've got other videos on how to do that. But by using ChatGPT to analyze the 500 or 1,000 keywords you get from Keyword Planner, and that's data from Google, then you can ask it to create a content. So what I ask it to do is always try to find one what's called pillar content piece. So that, you know, I've not made this up, but one content pillar piece and a bunch of secondary content pieces which support that one, and we interlink all together to create content, like this content matrix, so we can rank high on SEO, get more authority over the certain keywords, because we're writing a lot of articles around one topic. So we've niched down and we can do that really quickly now. So we basically ask ChatGPT just to work that out for us. What is that one pillar post around content marketing, for example, for B2B, and what are all the other ones we can write around it? So it creates a plan of like 10 to 20 articles we can write within 5 minutes. Like, it's so quick, it's ridiculous. So the second way I'm using it is to analyze the current article. So once I'm writing an article, I will literally just go to ChatGPT and I will add, for example, I'll go to plugins, I'll use the plugin, what's it called again, Web Pilot, I always forget the name of that, and then I'll just find the excuse me, the top 5 articles on Google which I'm trying to rank for and compete with. Then I put it into Google and I'll put it into ChatGPT and I'll ask ChatGPT, please analyze these articles, rate them for SEO, see their subheadings, and tell me exactly how we can improve on each article. So I have other videos exactly how to do this as well. But basically, once I've done that, then I say, great, now based on those articles, can you create me an outline which is better than this? I want to go more in depth. I want to go deeper. I want to add an FAQ section. I want to, after analyzing what they've not done well, I want to add this section or that section because we want to become better. Again, you create these outlines really, really quickly. We're talking about a few minutes. The outlines used to take so long. So ChatGPT is basically taken out the worst part of the work, and it's also just reducing the time so quickly. And then finally, you can use ChatGPT just to write the article itself. Once it's got the article, you can write section by section, and we're writing 3,000 word articles really quickly in this way. So the second part of scaling is systemizing. This is with anything. This is before AI, but having a clear system of how you create a lot of content and just sticking to that system, put the system into a Google Sheet or Notion, making it really clear is really important because it's going to make you faster, more consistent every week. Excuse me. And it means you can hire other people to do this work for you. So what I'm doing is I'm creating these systems by basically testing and doing this and doing that and working all out. Then I systemize the system, and then I get my colleague to actually implement the system week by week, so I can be more inconsistent and focus on creating other systems and running my businesses and doing all the other stuff that I have to do. I create the system, give it to my colleague to do it for me, and then she can just follow that system. So this is why having a system is really important. It makes you faster, more consistent, and you can get other people just to be every week just cranking out that content, and it's super high quality content because you've systemized it with AI and you're systemizing it all. So suddenly someone who couldn't write before, you'd have to hire a blogger, someone who can write blogs about tech, and pay them $100 per blog or whatever it is. Before, you'd have to hire over multiple different things. Now you just need one elite person to do this. And I have a company, by the way, which I think is going to be really important more and more, that I would recommend you check out. It's Marketing Hero. We have elite level marketing freelancers who are the best at content marketing utilizing AI. They're top of the pyramid kind of people. They're a little bit more expensive than people you can find on AI, but they're also really up to date The reason why these elite level marketers are more important than ever is because you don't really need those middle or bottom cheap labor you used to hire from another country. You just need one awesome guy who can basically utilize AI really well. So hiring that one guy now is a lot cheaper if they know how to utilize AI tools. And that doesn't matter if that's in Google Ads, Facebook, social, all that. You don't really have to hire so many copywriters. You can have this one guy do a lot of different work. And generally speaking, you need the best guy to do that. So you can have one guy doing so much more work now. So check out Marketing Hero. There'll be a link in the description below. So as mentioned before, my system creates, I basically wrote a LinkedIn post about this, but I create one long form article video, one long form article, 2 to 4 short, and LinkedIn posts. So how I do this, I've already showed you parts of it, but I create these explainer videos, and then I use Loom AI to get the transcript. I copy that transcript into ChatGPT to create the long form article. And then what I do is I use OpusClips to create shorts. So I just upload this video into OpusClips. And then after that, I can use ChatGPT to brainstorm hooks and LinkedIn posts. To check out the videos I have on writing really awesome LinkedIn posts, because I'm really deep on LinkedIn as well. But creating a really good LinkedIn post is not that easy. And you can't just use ChatGPT. You need to really use your brain. But you can utilize ChatGPT based on the content you create. You have the idea ready. You can summarize the idea using ChatGPT. Then you should rewrite it in your own words. You can then brainstorm hooks for your LinkedIn post. And it's really, really quick. Then you get a LinkedIn post from that. And from that LinkedIn post, you can actually break that LinkedIn, long form LinkedIn post into short form Twitter and posts. So suddenly you have all this, all within half an hour. Even if it takes you 2 hours, this used to take days to create so much content. So if you can do this all within a half an hour to 2 hour period, imagine if you're creating this content, you give yourself 2 hours every day to create one long form video, one LinkedIn post, one 2 to 4 shorts, and you start scheduling them at different times. You don't want to talk about the same thing every day. So this is just what Justin Welsh talks about. Justin Welsh is a super cool guy who talks a lot about systemizing content structure. But what he will do is he'll create all this content and then schedule them like one in post a day, another one next week, and then he'll reformat the same idea in his LinkedIn post, but schedule them over different weeks. So he's not talking about the same thing each week. So you can also put the different Twitter stuff on different weeks and make sure you're using scheduling tools to make sure it all goes out in different schedules. But once you do like a week's worth of content, suddenly you scheduled like a month or a month and a half worth of content just by doing a week's worth, 2 hours each day. So it's really, really powerful. So that's my system. It's in development at the moment. I'm developing new systems. I'm actually going to try to see how we can scale this out even more and even incorporate other platforms by doing a lot less. Justin Welsh has a really cool system as well. You should check out his system. But basically, he has one which is called the spokes. I always forget. It's hub and spokes model, and it's really cool. So that's really something I'm going to be drawing on. I'm going to make a video about his system as well. But it's basically creating one content idea and then turning out into spokes. He has 5 different ways, I believe, he does this. So he has one content ideas, then he asks, okay, how can I turn this into a listicle? How can I turn this into a how-to? How can I turn this into X, Y, and Z? So he has 5 different ways he communicates the same idea, then he posts them on different weeks. So the hub and spokes model from Justin Welsh is super cool. So the point of this video is not to teach these systems. I have other videos which are going to go over Justin Welsh and my systems. It's about systemizing. So you never get to the table that you can basically, by systemizing, you can have months of content. You're always scheduling content way in advance, and you'll just have this content engine pumping out. This is so valuable. If you're doing this now, you're going to be way ahead of the crowd, because a lot of people are just going to be working this stuff out for the next year or so. If you start doing this now, you're going to be so far ahead. The third thing we can be doing to scale our content is to have a library of ideas. This sounds really basic, but actually Justin Welsh goes over this a lot. I cannot value this more. Have a Notion board or have a Google Sheet, wherever you decide to put this stuff. Have a content idea. Also, I just have a note where I add ideas when I'm out shopping, when I'm doing this or that, whatever I'm doing, I put it in there, and then I upload it into my content idea. And I think having ideas is really, you never really want to get to start your day without knowing the content you're going to be creating. So you need to have this content ideas. You need to pre-plan your content the day before at least, and also have a bunch of ideas that you're building out over time. So you never get to the table where you're like, what am I doing today? That's really important, because if you do that, you're probably going to end up procrastinating, checking your emails, having your fifth coffee, whatever it is. So don't turn up to the table with that. So yeah, how I find ideas is I actually browse other people's content. For example, it's okay, still like an artist, go check out what other people are doing, check their blog articles, check their other content, what they're creating, and then bring it into your own version. Always, have your own angle, have your own view on this. But generally speaking, a lot of people are talking about the same thing. So make sure you have your own angle and version of what you're talking about. Definitely check out this playlist that's popping up right now, probably, otherwise in link in the description below, all about AI content creation. And also I have another one about LinkedIn, how to be awesome at LinkedIn content as well. So have an awesome day. See you guys very soon.